Hi, my name's Bronwyn Jane and I'm a psychic medium and a spiritual coach. I'm about to undertake what's called an oracle reading. An oracle card reading is a spirit wisdom reading, so it's not predictive. It is the energy of what you need to know now. Now, if you're watching this video, you are drawn to it for a reason. There is something within this message that will resonate. It may be a word, it may be a sentence, it may be the whole reading. It will relate to you or someone around you that is connected to you in some way. These readings are very different to the in-person readings that I do that are psychic and mediumship, where they are specific for an individual and could cover past, present and future. So I'm just going to take a moment, connect to spirit and undertake the reading. If you think after you've watched this reading that there is anyone that needs to see this reading, by all means, you are welcome to share it. So, Spirit wants to bring to mind that there are events or situations that seem to be almost repeating. They keep happening. They may show up a little bit different, but the energy behind it is the same. We're on a cycle, is what they're telling me. So they want to remind you that if you want the cycle to break, they're asking you to respond differently to how you normally would. To consider what you're doing that is the same and how that keeps this cycle going. They're calling for that personal responsibility, that if we want change, we must be the change to create it. They ask us too that we're not being curious enough around why things are happening, whether we're just going through the motions and the flow, but not sitting back with that benefit of hindsight and exploring why these things keep happening. Consider that common denominator, because the situations are different and the people sometimes are different. So the common denominator is you. So consider how you can be different to get a different result for yourself. The other thing that is coming up is that energy of time, thinking that we're going to miss out on things, that things aren't going to happen for us. Everything that is planned for you, that is destined for you, you won't miss out on. So they want you to release that expectation that things aren't happening in the time that you want them. To understand that divine timing is a to-do list, and maybe everything isn't done for all parties involved in the situation. So they're asking you to let go of that yearning that you're going to miss out, that it's not going to happen for you. Because all that does is hang on to a lower frequency of energy. And that actually creates a block for you as well. Now, there is also around you or someone associated with you a sense of things aren't just. So where we need to either stand up for someone or things aren't playing out fairly as they should. Once again, we need to understand that the universe has balance and appreciate that our expectations on what we think balance is not necessarily that mirrors balance within the universe. We may want things to happen now and be balanced out now because we need that now. But spirit plays the long game. And they know when it's the right time to bring that balance into play. So they're asking you to take a step back, to breathe and pause and release expectations around things that aren't happening when you want them to, things that maybe have that energy of repeating and not feeling like we're moving forward. We can just take a little step back and consider it from other perspectives, or even if we were considering it from outside of ourselves. Now, I know we're involved in it, but they're asking you to consider as if you weren't. If you had to explain this situation or give advice to someone else around this situation, what would you say? And they're even inviting you to, even if you're struggling to do that, to even mirror that exercise, whether you have to just play it out in your mind or even write it out as if you were saying it to even a child, if a child was in a situation or someone else that you loved. What advice would you give them around it? Without having expectations on outcome, what would you say to help them? Because then once you work that out, they actually want you to apply that to yourself. Because you actually have more power around this situation than you realize. It's almost like you're surrendering your power or giving it up. And they're asking you to stand in your power. Look, I want to show you this. Okay? It's very hard to see in this light, but it's a beautiful, almost like an orchid with a crown on it. So it's like, and it says the royal you. So they want you to stand in that power of being, strong. And as if you had that regalness around you, to tap into that energy of that. Because we're not doing that at the moment is what they're telling me. And I say we, because they're trying to be gentle with you. Because they know that sometimes to actually look at ourselves can be hard. And so they want to deliver the message quite gently that we need to just take a moment and look at how we're contributing to this situation. Look at our expectations about when things happen. We want them done a certain way. That's what they're saying. Saying you want things changed, but you're not taking your power to change them. You want things to be more just and balanced and fair. But how are you stepping up to ensure that that happens? Just surrendering your power and thinking that it'll just happen won't happen. They want you to claim it, to stand strong in who you are, to show up differently, to get a different result. And to remember that you are worthy of a different result. You need to believe that you can create this. And then when we believe that and we stand in that power, that royalness power that they showed us with that card, that we can command different results, different behavior, different outcome. Because you're worthy, you deserve it, and they want you to own it. And break that cycle that you have been in, of just showing up the same. So with that, we thank Spirit for being with us today, giving us this message. I'm going to leave it there with you. Thank you for spending some time with me, watching this video and connecting during this reading. Release, Spirit. If you feel drawn to me, by all means, visit my website, bronwynjanemedium.com, or find me on socials. Have a wonderful day.